This is Sonia, and I've come here now today to show you how to make this roll. I showed it to you on my other video, and it's just made that it rolls out like this. And so now we're going to show you how I put it together. I might have to do a couple of tutorials because it will take a little while to get it all sorted, because I want to show you all the bits, because people need to know how to do all the bits. Now, I've collected up a few laces and bits and pieces here that I'm going to be using, so I'll just put them aside so we can start working on the base part of it, to the underneath. Now, I have got here two rolls. I find that the tissue paper roll that we use in the toilet, the thing is not very solid, so therefore I'd rather go with one of these. Now for the one that I made, I think it was about 4 inches long. Maybe not, maybe that's a bit of a fairy story, that one. Let me see. I'll see how long this was. Wrong end of the tape. So this is 3. I'm thinking about the same, maybe 3.5. It just depends on what size lace that you want to use, and I have decided that I really like this piece, and I think I need to go to a I'll go to a size 3 inches, because I might use that thicker, heavier one that I've got in between the two, and that way, you know, I know that's going to fit. So I'm going to go 3 inches. That'll be high enough. Okay, so anyway, now get on with that. So I just got the roll like so, and I'm going to cry if this is not in the shot, because I'm sorry about my fingernails a little bit. Hands are really dry. I'll make a mark there. Then I'm going to get this cutting thing that I have. And maybe in hindsight we should probably all go around the outside with that there. Make a mark. Make a mark. It looks like I've already cut some off the top of this one, and it's a bit skew with. Let's try. I'll do this end. Save me having to straighten out 2 ends. I'm going to do this end, okay? Because I don't want to have to sit there and fiddle around with that. That's not very good anyway. I'll come back here. It's not too bad. I'm just going to trim that. I can see where I went off the rail. Okay, now. And we did that. Okay, now. Let's get my knife here. I had a slimmer one the other day, like not such a big blade on it, and it cuts so good. So this is a bit dangerous, you know, if you're not careful. Just go steady, go round in you. Cuts out pretty good. I'd rather this than, you can't use scissors on these things, it's just too hard. I suppose you can, but it's just not going to go really nice at all. This goes pretty straight and pretty careful. And you come up with a reasonably good, I hope I'm going too slow, but I do not like to make mistakes. I might just trim that bit there. I think that's where it's a little bit out of whack. That's good. I'm good with that. This other one here I've got was a bit too thin, but it just depends if you want to wrap a hole, because I wanted to do the top a good size. So I did have a plastic reel, like that had something else on it. It was only, so I've used this for my template, because I think I want that to be that big around on the top. Okay, so get a piece of cardboard here. Maybe I should have did one of these before. Anyway, pencil. Sonia, whereabouts would you find a pencil? There's a whole heap here. There we go. Could have sharpened it, but anyway. And I'm going to need 2. I'm going to have to take a hole out of the centre of 1. Only 1. So if you want to measure nicely, that's okay. I'm going to go in and do that. Now, now that I've done that, while I'm cutting this, I'm going to tell you that if I cut around that line, that thing's going to slip straight over my roll because the hole will be way too big. So I'm going to cut, well, on the outside of this, I'm going to cut fair on the line to make it sort of really as round as I can. Not chopping, not going in little cuts, try and glide it round so you don't have any little sticking out edges as you go. Around like that. And little pointy bits, you don't want to, little pointy bits, if you just put your scissors and glide it around like this, okay? Now, the reason I'm telling you these things is because I, over the years, have made these mistakes myself, and I know that if you want it to work out properly, best do it properly in the first place. There's nothing wrong with having to, nothing worse than having to keep doing something over and over again. It's just too much, you know. Now, because this is reasonably thick and I'm going to be covering it with paper, I don't think we need to worry about, you know, that thickness. Now, that's cardboard. You can use whatever you want to do. You can use anything recyclable, you know, for a packet of rice bubbles or something. Now, like I said, if I cut that hole back around there, that's going to slide straight through there, okay, and I don't want that. I want it to sit on top of it. So I'm going to only take it back to about here, okay? I know I made a line, but I'm not going to go by the line because it's not going to work for me at all. I'm trying not to take my fingers off. Okay, now I have got a little pair here that I was using to cut cardboard with, but don't know where they are. Now, as I said before in the other video, if you come up underneath where you're cutting out, and I've gone too close to the line there, I think, I want to bring it in about, oh, I don't know, 1 milli thing. I don't know, millimetre or something. I'm shocked I didn't learn a lot about centimetres. I just, terrible I am. Anyway, we're trying to make this, we're chopping, mind you. This is not good, this is chopping. This is not good because we've got a really bad circle there, but I suppose we have a way of fixing that, and that only just fits on there without falling through. If you understand what I'm saying. You just want it to sit on the top. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing with that piece, and this piece is going to go on there, and that's the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to cover it with some paper, and I've decided that I want something that's not too out there for this underneath piece. By that I mean I want something that's pretty, it's nice, but it's, I don't know, maybe I will go with this one here. This is off the Fairy Rhymes one, I think. I'm not going to use paper that all goes together because I like to mix and match things. This has got butterflies on it. This looks really nice. So I'll get the glue. I'm not going to use the glue gun. Got no fingerprints left from doing that. And I will just lay the glue on here. And I noticed too, this will press out where the glue when you're using the glue gun seems to make big bubblies. You know, I don't know whether it's just me, but I'm fiddling around too much, I guess. And I'm used to using this one, so we're just going to put that onto there, like so. And get him nice and straight. Now, it only has to meet. I didn't really need to have it overlapping, so I will cut that bit off. Shocking me about this measuring thing. I'm not really... Just get that glue glued there, and I will cut that down here, just along that bit, so it just butts together. Well, it does go overlap a bit, but that's where we're going to fasten our roll onto, so therefore that will be good. Now, I remember when I did this the last time, I thought to myself, Sonia, why didn't you cut that off there? And I've done it yet again. But anyway, I'm just going to go around here. I'm looking on the inside because you can't, don't think you could do it the other way. If you just cut round in the top of this. Now I'll have to straighten that. I'll keep moving away from under the camera shot. I hope it's, you get to see this. If you can't copy it, maybe you could. Anyway, we're having a go. This is my first tutorial on actually making something, so you'll have to bear with me on that, you know, because it's, see how we go. I've got to try and get as much in without wrecking it as I can. So now there's writing on there, so we probably will put it up that way on the bottom. But oh well, I will put it on there, but I want to put the paper on there first. So there's something a bit more interesting than that piece. What did I do with that packet? Yeah, this is the Fairy Rhymes one that I've got this out of. I might use this one again on the bottom. So, because I've got to do the two sides, the top and the bottom. So we'll put this on here where you get the one you can see. Lots of glue. Myself covered in glue. Right, now I'll cut that out. Now, when I was telling you about cutting out the felt thing when I did the flower, I said cut like that. This time hold your scissors straight up, because otherwise it won't be level and you'll cut away what you're wanting to keep. Okay? Make sure you keep your scissors up level while you're doing this. Oh, I hope I'm not sounding bossy, but I just wanted to, you know, if you want to do something, you've got to know how, and if you can know the right way or the best way, or I'm trying to show you what I learnt to be the best way, then it won't. Because if you did it on an angle, it'd chip back into there, and you'd still have the white sticking out. Okay, so that's that part there. Now, I'll cover the bottom a bit later, but because you just can go and get this bit done while I'm loading this up anyway, if you want to do, like while I'm loading up. But while I'm on to the next one, because that way, well, I can put this on the bottom, because I don't mind the plain one, so I'll put this under the bottom part. Now, and I'm going to do one at a time, like I cut that one out and then I'll do this one and cut it out. You can't do them both together because that'll also muck up your thing that you're trying to do. So we just put that on the bottom there like that. Okay. I have a really, I got these other things I just want to make and show you how to do, so we'll do this first. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this first. Now this is going to be the bottom, and we'll keep our scissors up straight. Do not turn them in or anything like that, and just cut around there carefully, because that way you won't have to take it off and do it again. I taught myself the majority of this through trial and error. I did learn some things from books. I did go to TAFE, but this here I'm learning from you ladies. How to make these beautiful things. So now we've got on the bottom and on the top, and then we're going to put that on there. Now I'm going to make sure that's nice. I'm going to turn this into a pin cushion thing as well, or a stick pin one too, so I'm going to show you how to do that, and I imagine that's probably all we'll have time for on this part, because I really want to keep them. If I don't, my camera will stop and we'll be in trouble, so I'll eyeball that. Centre, you can measure it if you want to. if anybody wants to pick on it in the middle, well, that's just, you know. Now, into there, I'm going to put a bit of wool, right? I've got what wool, stuffing wool. Probably should have used something not so great, but anyway, this is going to do me, because I'm going to put that down in there. Then I'm going to cut out a circle, cardboard. And it doesn't matter anything at all about your, about the size of the circle, how daintily you cut it out or whatever, but I'm just going to sit that in top of there, okay? Now this is because, and I think that's not enough stuffing to start with, this is because if you've ever experienced this with a pin cushion like I have, if you don't put something there, your pins are going to go probably right through one day and get lost, and you're not going to be a happy duck at all. So you just do that to stop them falling through, and you stick your wool in there, okay? Now, over the top of the wool, I want to put a sort of, because I'm going to put this on the top, right? So that'll be under this, okay? That'll be under there, I'll get this in a minute, right? So, I'm going to stick the paper on here first, and I'll use this one. No, I won't, there's not enough on that page. Maybe I'll find something here. This is the underneath of the top, okay? The underneath of the top bit. What do I have for that? Yeah, these both like that. This will be nice. So I'll put that on there. Okay. Push that down a bit. It's taken off on me. Now, if you've got any lines of writing, you know, like there's pencil there, make sure that when you put this, you covered that over. You know, you need to cover that. It needs to be under the paper part. This is under the, where am I now? Yes, I'm good, this is the right bit, I hope. Now I've got to put the other on the other part, haven't I? I think I just goofed. I can put these on the top though, that won't matter, to flowers at the top. Now I'm cutting, I'm not doing what I told you to do, I'm not holding this up straight, I'm just chopping around here really badly. Don't you do that, just make it neat. You can run in a bit of glue there. What's going on here? Got me new glasses yesterday, you'd think I'd be able to see what I was doing, wouldn't you? Well, I hope you can see what I'm doing. So that's going to end up being the top, because I need to put the other underneath. Now I'm going to take a piece of lace off of this here, because I want to, actually I might put the, with this other one I put the paper on first, so that's okay, I've done the paper, so I need to put paper on the other side now, which is going to be, which one will I use? I'm going to get another sheet. This is, I'm going to have to start getting some bigger papers, I think. We're using a lot of littler papers. Need some bigger ones. Goodness me. Sorry, I'm just not organised enough today, am I? I need something that's light, that's not too going to smack you in the mouth, you know, the brightness of it to be underneath there. Some here that's already cut out. Not cut out to a circle, but little small bits. I might use this one. Well, I think that the, what do you call it, the less that's on the paper itself, like, it's easier to decorate, your more neutral colours and that, I find it a lot easier to decorate it, so, because you can then put on whatever you want. So you're going to have to cut this bit out of here first. I don't know how long I've been taping this for. So we come up from the inside and do this. Now we don't want to go back too far. And we're trying to make it as nice and smoothly around as we can. Okay. I'm going all over the place here. I'm uploading a video at the moment. Something that I got yesterday. So that should be on there. Pretty much as soon as I get off here, I suppose I can make sure I fill it all in. Okay, so let's have a look at that and see what that looks like. Righto. It's over there. So, put this on here. I have 2 things I'm supposed to be doing because I really would like to enter a couple of competitions. I think I've got a bit of time. I like to have a every time I pick up a pair of scissors, it's a different pair. I don't know how many pair of scissors I have. Probably more than probably one person would need, but sometimes if some don't work, you just got to get another pair, don't you? Some don't work for different things. Now, when I come back on here, after I've turned this off, I'm going to show you how to complete this. I will do as much as I can on it. I'll also be showing you how I did the tiles and some of the flowers. And what else was there? I'm going to, I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I don't know how I explain that, but I don't know what I'm doing, but when I'm making something, it just comes out, okay? Now this basis, fair enough, I know what I'm doing, but when I go to put it together, to decide which goes where, and I'm sure that a lot of you ladies will have that same way of doing things, and you can make sure this is glued on, is that you just set out the stuff that you like and see how it all comes together. Because there's no way I could just say to you, well, I'm going to use this, this and this, because that might not work. So, okay, so now I'm going to stick this onto here, this being this piece of lace I've got. It just doesn't matter about as long as it covers the hole, like so. And then I'm going to put the doily underneath that, like that, okay? Now that's because this is going to be, because this is going to be somewhere you can put your stick pins, alright? Bet you've never seen anybody use so much glue before, but it holds everything. It takes a while to dry. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to ever get any more from. The shop that sold it's not there anymore, so. And it's just wonderful stuff. I'll recommend it to anybody. I've been using it since I can remember. And that, since I'm for years and years and years now, I've been using that sort of glue. It's always the way though. But then again, I've been lucky that I've had it for this long. So that's like that. And then we're going to put that over there like so. I'm going to trim it and do that. So I'll come back after and I'll show you a bit more. Thank you for